What's going on, Facebook? What's up, YouTubes? I don't know how this stream's going to go. I don't know how my internet's going. But what a ball game. Y'all ain't going to believe this. Y'all ain't going to believe it. I drove till 6:30 Central Time this morning. And that's 7:30 Eastern Time. And I woke up after the game ended and checked the score, and I couldn't believe it. It almost gave me a heart attack when I looked at the score. I don't even know if we're streaming on Facebook, but I'm going to check here just a second, see how things are going. But I got me a victory cigar. I'm going to smoke it here in just a minute, but let me make a round and make sure I'm streaming wherever I say I'm streaming at. Glad to have all those on Facebook. I'm going to try to keep an eye on the Facebook comments if I can. Let's see here. I'm on Facebook. Glad to have all those on Facebook. But while we're waiting, I'm going to fire up this victory cigar. Everybody says you should reserve these for football. And I've had people say you can only smoke a victory cigar when we beat Alabama. I'm going to smoke one right now. The phone lines are open. I want y'all to call in and tell me how this game went. I cannot believe I overslept. But sometimes you just got to make hay while the sun's shining, as my papa used to tell me. But I'm going to go over here and check the YouTube chats. We got the Beast in here, depressed Tennessee fan. Hey, depressed Tennessee fan, I hope you're not depressed anymore. We're the Storm Kentucky fan, glad you're in here. Vol General, glad everybody's in here. Yeah, I missed the game. I had to sleep, man. I've been trucking. I've trucked 2,100 miles in 3 days. And I was slap wore out. There was no way I could stay up until the game at 7:30 Eastern Time. I went to sleep. I said, I'm going to try to get up about halftime. Man, I slept right through it. I didn't get over until about halfway through. Called my buddy BVD, and he might call in. He went to go eat, and he said I may have my stream over with by the time he gets to call in. He went to go eat, but he said it was neither team could really hit the ocean from the deck of the Titanic. But looks like we got a call coming in. Let's see who it is. But while I'm listening to this next caller, looks like the Vol General. How you doing, Vol General? How'd the game go? Fill me in. I said it wasn't going to be in the 80s. I said it's going to be a defensive slugfest in my pregame videos. So fill me in while I light this cigar up. I can hear you good. Talk loud. That looks like You think we're going to win out? We got Auburn. I think that's going to be a tough game. But before you finish, I wanted to give a shout out to those watching me on Facebook. Got Adam Macon in here, Valentine Mendoza, my boy Michael Carlton, BJ Nelter. Glad y'all are on Facebook. I don't know how healthy this stream is. Got Killamine, my boys in here. Vols for Life 16, Joshua Simmons. I'm doing good. Brock Munpower, Boot Gang, all y'all in here. But talk to me about the rest of the season. Are you feeling a lot better now after this Kentucky game than you were before the Kentucky game on how we was going to finish? Well, speaking of the fans jumping off the bandwagon, I made a video about that. I had a lot of people. Well, I'm talking about the fans. Hold on just a second. I'm talking about the fans. I had a lot of people commenting. Jason Swain retweeted a guy that after the LSU loss and said our problems is the name on the jersey. I was getting hot. If I'd have told anybody, I don't care who it is, before the season started, we'd be sitting with 2 games left with only 3 losses to rank top 13 teams, Kansas, Kentucky, and LSU. We'd be throwing a party on the hill at the Rock. We would be throwing a party. Everybody says they can't hear what you're saying. I don't know what's going on. Can y'all hear him at all? Let me see what I'm doing wrong here. I may have to do this on my own here. Looks like we don't have any audio from you. Let me see what I can do on this. What am I doing wrong? Let's see if anybody can hear him now. Let's see. Let me go back and look. I just got my program set up. Don't look like we're having anybody being able to hear. What is going on with my audio? There we go. Can y'all hear him now? Let's talk for a minute. Go ahead and give me your spiel about the rest of the season.
Yeah, I mean, versus Mississippi State on senior night, I don't think Tennessee can lose that game. I just don't think they will. And versus Auburn, that's a bad matchup, but they're still going to take care of business. I think this team is just too talented for Auburn. Can they hear me?
Well, like I was saying before we had our technical difficulties, I just got my new computer back. Haven't been able to do any live streams. Seahawks 4107 in here, Alabama fan. Vols for Life 16 says if Tennessee plays like they did today, shooting the ball better, for once rebounding better, they will win the national championship. No doubt about it in my mind. They win in so many different ways. I'm right there with you. I know I'm supposed to talk a lot of crap, but I think we're going to go far. But back to the fans. I had so many fans say we're going to be one and done. We're so overrated. And like I said, if I'd have told any of you before the season. 2 games left. We'd have 3 losses to ranked teams. Should have beat Kansas. Grant Williams fouled out. We should have never let it go to overtime. Kentucky they beat the tar out of us. There's just no way to slice it. And I said in my pregame video, they always say everybody needs a good old-fashioned butt whooping at some point in their life. And that's what we got at Rupp Arena. LSU game could have gone either way. Everybody was crying about the calls. I agree. They should have never called that last foul there at LSU. Should have let it go to second overtime. That didn't guarantee the victory, but I'm going to say this. We should have never let them come back in the second half. We was up by 9 or 10 points. We let them back, and that's what happens when you let somebody back. Something fluky like that can happen. But I'm just excited about this team. This is the most excited I've been about Tennessee basketball in a long, long, long time. But anyway, we got Mississippi State. You're always a downer on here and a realistic caller, and I'm glad you always call in. But how do you feel about that Mississippi State game? Because at one point they were playing some good basketball, and I haven't been able to watch it a lot of what they're doing. So fill us in on what you think about the Mississippi State game. What is that, Wednesday? Looks like I lost him. Hello. Well, it looks like I lost him. I don't know what happened, but anyway, let me see. It's going to take me a little while to get all these bugs out, but I'm going to drop him and see if I've got somebody else on hold, and maybe they will do a little better on the audio. What you got for Catfish? How are you feeling? And I hope my audio's working. Doesn't look like anybody's here. Well, I'm going to have to finish this myself. Don't know what's going on with my audio. I'm going to check one thing. I was hoping I'd have this all fixed today, but it doesn't look like I have. Let me check my audio real quick. Looks like everything's okay. Heck, I don't know what's going on. But I'll read the chats. We got somebody over here, and Paul Jabenson's here, Delusional Paul. Yeah, we won, buddy. Dustin Graham, good old-fashioned butt whooping. Yes, sir, it was a good old-fashioned butt whooping. I don't know what's going on with my call board. I invested heavily in a bunch of phone lines today. Vol General said it could have been on his end. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with my audio. Let me check one more thing. What is going on? Well, anyway, I'm just excited. I can't believe I missed the game. We're going to win out. I hope LSU drops a game. Vol General thinks that Florida's going to take them out. I hope so. I know we got some Florida fans in here that watch me. Florida, if y'all could do me a Christmas present, early Christmas present. Actually, it's my birthday present. I've got a birthday coming up this week. I'm almost 50. That would be great if Florida could take out LSU. But the regular season's not what matters. It's the SEC tournament, and that'll be a good tune-up for us for the big dance. Don't know what this will do in our seeding. I think Kentucky will drop to a 2 seed. Tennessee should move up to a 1 seed, but I don't care if we're a 1 seed or a 2 seed. It really doesn't matter. Sometimes that 1 seed puts a target on your back, and I said a bunch this year when we were number 1 for a month and a half or so that be careful about being number 1 because that puts a target on you. We had some games where our opponent played their best game of the season, and so sometimes sitting 2 or 3 is a good place to be. So I wouldn't get too worried if we're 1 seed or 2 seed, but we've got 2 games left. We got the SEC tournament coming up here in a little over a week, almost 2 weeks, and then we've got the big day. Couple of rounds are. That's probably where I'll try to get to first round. Do like I did last year, interview a bunch of fans. That was one of the best experiences I had in Dallas. Got to the first 2 games of the tournament. Didn't turn out like we wanted to, but I got to interact with a lot of fans. Got to see some great Loyola fans. They were great. They predicted the game before the game. They said it'd be like 61-60 on a last-second shot, and I think it was 62-61 on a last-second shot. But anyway, I'm going to read some of the comments. Slim Mosley's in the house. Vol General said LSU almost lost to Alabama, and Florida is playing as good as anyone there is right now. They will beat LSU. I hope you're right about that. Pigskin Pete's in the house. George, Florida fan, says, wow. That's what I say. When I woke up this morning, well, morning for me, it was about 3:30 Central Time. First thing I did is said, I can't believe I overslept. I checked my Bleacher Report, and I about had a heart attack. That's not a great way to wake up to something like that, because I thought it was going to be a real close game, you know, maybe by 2 or 3 points, and to see a 19-point victory, what a great turnaround. Revenge game. Kentucky, y'all have a great team. I understand that P.J. Washington was your best player, and he was way off, only scored 52 points. That shows that we had a defensive team and that we can learn from our mistakes, and that's what I kept saying. If we just keep learning that these victories aren't bad, if we can learn from them. And it looks like we're learning from them. These kids on the post-game shows that I've been watching, press conferences, they've been saying all the right things. They don't seem worried. They didn't seem upset after the LSU lost or after the Kentucky loss. And I just felt like, man, I was hearing all the right things from these guys. But anyway, since I've got some technical difficulties and can't take any calls, I'm going to get on out of here. Over here on Facebook, Dustin Graham says, if we play defense like we did, not going to be stopped. I agree with you, buddy. Well, anyway, y'all know what's coming next. Thanks for tuning in. Go Vols. The Tennessee men's basketball team, we're going to the Final Four. I promise you that. And I'm not signing off till I finish this cigar. The taste of victory. Wow. Well, anyway, thanks, guys, for tuning in. Really, really, really appreciate it. Y'all are the best out there. And Troy Lee Nugent, he says, hell yeah, go Vols. That's what I say. Hell yeah, go Vols. Adios, guys.